Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. Today I have some gift tags to show you. Making gift tags is a great way to use offcuts of designer series paper. These were bits that I had left over and I could make some Christmas tags with them. I'm not going to show you how to make each and every one. These are just some samples and some ideas. You need to use it in conjunction with the tailor-made tags dies. You'll find it in the annual catalogue on page 166. The great thing about these dies are that they come in 4 different sizes. There's this one, the different tag top from this one. This is just with the corners cut off and that's just got a more curly detail on it. There are also reinforcement dies. This one cuts out a D shape and that's just a circular one, so it cuts out 4 at the same time with just one pass through the die cutting machine. So these are the reinforcing circles you can see there. I had tiny strips of cardstock left, so I just die cut a little tree, and this one was from the pattern paper and it was a dotted pattern, so in fact it looked as though it had ornaments already on it. This one, it comes from Joyful Life. This was small enough to put on the tag, as you can see, and the to and from is from the Sweet Little Stockings, so it's these letters here. And these are the Christmas tree dies. With the largest tag I could put to and from. This one was using up the designer series, and this small one is from Peaceful Deer stamp set. Just look at your stash and see what you can come up with. This one I used in conjunction with the Giving Gifts dies, and in a previous post I showed you how I made a card with these. There's also one for a pumpkin. This is the ornament one, and in fact this fits inside the tailor-made dies. I think this is the, let's check it out, the second one, and that fits in there. So that's how I cut that. I cut one out of crumb cake, then backed it with Blushing Bride, and I cut the D-shaped reinforcement circle up there, and then cut another one just on its own like this out of silver foil to place on top. This one, let's set that inside this one to give it that wide silver frame, and then I put designer series paper on the back. I just cut another piece out of this from the designer series paper and then glued this one on top of the designer series paper tag. Then I die cut a third one in plain white cardstock, so I could put to and from there. But the one we're going to be making today is this one. One uses Joyful Life. You also need Label Me Lovely punch, and I'm going to punch 2 of these from basic white cardstock. The inks I'm using are Tuxedo Black Memento ink, the Polished Pink combo, Crumb Cake combo, and Mint Macaron combo. Mossy Meadow ink, the Simply Elegant trim. There's a gold spool as well, but I'm using the silver one. I've already gone ahead and die cut the largest label from this nest with the cut off corners, one in basic white and one out of the Whimsy and Wonder designer series paper. The one down from this one in Mint Macaron, the D-shaped reinforcement hole in Mossy Meadow. Glue this reinforcement hole on first so that I don't lose it because it's so tiny. This is the reverse of the die, and you can see the raw edges on the wrong side, and you can cover that up by die cutting a second label the same size, and then you can glue it onto the back. Like so, and then it will look nice from either side. We're going to stamp the two onto this mint macaron card, and from on the bottom halfway down. Stamp this little hedgehog, and the tip on how to do this is you need to orient the bowl so that it's horizontal to the grid line. You stamp both of them. I'll colour the hedgehog with crumb cake combos, the apron and the bowl with mint macaron, and what's in the bowl, let's call them apples. You can colour it polished pink combo. I'll speed this up. Now I've finished all the colouring, it's time to attach it to the tag. So to say about halfway. Make sure that's plenty of adhesive on this side, all over this piece on this second one. Bring back the Tuxedo Black Memento ink and just stamp Season's Greetings on top here. Pop some dimensionals on the back and marry the whole up here and angle it so that the hedgehog shows. A length of the silver cord, marry up the two ends so they meet at the top, then loop it and thread it through the hole, bring that through and then tie a knot. And there's your tag finished. Here's another glimpse at the ones I did previously, so you can glean more ideas from that. You can also die cut a silhouette from a larger piece of cardstock, a matte layer, and I've made it into this card here. I've backed it with designer series paper and then embossed the front as well. So you die cut that first, then emboss. But here are the ones we did today. This is the front and that's the back, so it looks pretty from either side. You can read more about it on my blog at stampwithelaine.com. All the supplies I used are below this video in the show more section. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching. Bye.